So in today's video, we are going to be talking about this affordable range of lip balms from Nivea. It's Magali, and if it's your first time on my channel, then welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. I make regular videos on a lot of different topics and beauty is one of them. Lately I've mentioned that I wanted to do more reviews for affordable products, and I actually love doing detailed video reviews like this. So in this video, I'm gonna tell you all about this Nivea Fruit Shine lip balm range. We will go over swatches of all 7 of these colors, where I will show them to you on my hand. Then I'll also show you a comparative swatch, meaning you'll see all of the colors at one time, so you can see how they look together. And I'll also do lip swatches for each and every one, and then I will cover the review portion, which will address some of the skincare claims. I'll tell you whether or not I recommend them and which shades I think are good. We are definitely in the era of like tinted lip balms. Every brand is coming out with their own version, really. Sheer lips are in, and I think it's such a pretty look. Very low maintenance. You can just wear it every day. You do not need a full face of makeup when you have a sheer lip color. You can just put it on and go. Most of these colors do not last very long, so you usually need to have it in your purse to reapply. So there are 7 colors, which I already mentioned, and there's an untinted one which I did not buy because I mainly wanted to test the tints of these. I wanted to see how the colors show up. We have a light pink, we have some darker pinks, peachy coral, few different versions of red, and then there's a vampy shade as well. When you look at the packaging, the colors look very bright and attractive, but I knew that they're not all going to be that bright and pigmented in real life, so that's why we're doing these swatches. If like me, you are like a medium skin girly or dark skin girly, it's really useful to see which of these colors actually show up on us and which of these are not visible at all. I also do have pigmented lips. These aren't newly launched. In fact, I remember seeing them in my school days, even a few of these shades. Now they've expanded the shade range. The product is reformulated and gives 24-hour hydration. The ones that you get in India are made in Thailand, and it comes in like a tube shaped lip balm. You get 4.8 grams of product per lip balm, and these cost 250 rupees each. However, if you would like to purchase any of them, I am leaving links to where I got them in the description bar, because I did not pay full price for a single one. I got like 50 to 100 rupees off on each and every one. So since these were already affordable, if you buy them at a discount, then they become like super affordable, Let's get into the swatch portion of this video now. The lip balms aren't numbered, so I decided I would swatch them from lightest shade to darkest shade. I'm starting off with Soft Rosé, which is the only one not named after a fruit. It's not even named after a rose. It's rosé, which is a kind of wine. It has a faint sweet smell, and as you can see, almost non-existent pigment, especially on darker skin. I know that there is some light pink pigment, but I cannot get it to show up on me at any level. My grouse with watermelon shine is that watermelons are not pink. However, if you look at the packaging, it is pink color, and it does say clearly that it is pink tinted. It's sort of a bright fuchsia cerise kind of shade in the bullet, and when I put it on my skin, it is visible. It's not super bright, which is a running theme with all of these lip balms, but it does give a hint of color that looks really nice. On to Peach Shine. This one is said to be coral tinted. I really wanted to love this. The fragrance is yummy also. Most of these have the fruit fragrance mentioned, but with a very sugary smell also, so they kind of smell like fruit candy. When I put it on, it is barely visible. Like, you can see that there is some pigment, there is some color, but you can barely tell what color it is. Like, you would not be able to say that I have something coral tinted on my lips. So this one also ended up being a disappointment for me. On to Cherry Shine. They describe this one as having a ruby red tint, which is more of a pinky red tint, and that's not a color I associate with cherries, but whatever. I really like the fragrance of this one as well, and I was expecting a little bit more from the tint. You can see that it shows up, but again, it's one of the fainter ones that left just the slightest hint of color on my lips, just a tiny wash. On to Strawberry Shine, and at least I'm not going to be complaining about the match of the fruit and the shade, because they say it's red tinted, which you can see it's sort of a bright, slightly orangey red, which I think fits with the strawberry perfectly. It smells amazing, and I had high hopes because we're getting into the deeper shades, but this one also fell so flat because though it looks deep and vibrant, there is next to zero pigment, at least on my skin tone. Like, there is no color at all showing up, and I really did build these up more than you guys see in the video. Now on to pomegranate shine, which they describe as having a dark red tint, which I think is more of a red wine shade. Do you remember when we were all calling this masala? Like, did we all just collectively forget about that shade name? This has a nice sweet and tart fragrance and quite a good pigment also. It actually doesn't show up too much on my lips because I think it kind of complements my lips tone. It gives me this really nice pretty flush. I'm into it. And now we have the final shade, Blackberry Shine, which they say is burgundy tinted, but the picture is really violet, not burgundy, so it's a little bit confusing. This one does not disappoint. Not only is it the deepest shade, but it has the best color payoff. You can see it in comparison to all of the other shades. Like, this one is not messing around. I think I was so used to the low pigment on the other ones that I colored outside the line on my lips. Let's just ignore the clown face and appreciate the fact that this actually has some pigment. So now that you've seen what all of the colors look like, you'll see that the pigmentation varies and the darker colors generally show up much better. Talking about the formulation and how it feels on your lips, these are very firm lip balm. It says that shea butter is one of the main ingredients. It is like one of those old school lip balms that is not super hydrating. They say it does protect your skin barrier. If you live in a place that's very cold, or if you go into an air-conditioned environment every day, and that cold air can really sap out the moisture from your lips. So this kind of a balm, it does create a sort of barrier between your lips and the harsh air outside, so the moisture loss might slow down. If your lips are actively dry, you're not going to find these hydrating. My lips are not super dry, but at the same time, I didn't feel that these were especially hydrating. I've heard people say that they are drying. I did not find them drying either. It's just kind of like okay. They're not going to improve your lips in my opinion. They're not going to worsen them. They're definitely kinder than say using any matte lip product. There are definitely lip balms available that are way more hydrating if you actually have a concern of dry lips. A small pro of the firm lip balm texture, these do not break easily, so you'll notice for the swatches I had to keep on like applying a lot of it, like because it's a buildable color, it starts out very sheer, and if you want it to show up you need to just like, you know, slide it up and down a little. These did not like get squished or break or anything like that, so I feel that even in summer this will not melt, and that's a good thing because there are more hydrating products. Like, does anyone remember the Revlon lip butters? They actually started melting the second that it got hot, so I don't foresee these melting, and I do not think they will finish off very quickly. Even if you use it every single day, 3-4 times a day, these will definitely last you a really long time. You probably want to know about the staying power of these as well, and I would say it's in line with most lip balms. Like, it's not really something that will stay on your lips for a really long time. It doesn't give a lot of shine. The shine will be the first to go, and then the tint will also disappear. If you're just existing, it may actually be visible on your lips for an hour or two. If you eat or drink something, it will certainly not survive the meal. I only found that the darkest shade, Blackberry Shine, does have a slightest bit of staining. So even when I removed it like from my hand, when I had swatched it, it left this little bit of tint behind. The others do not. To keep this with you, reapply often if you want to use it. The fact that there are 7 colors, like, don't let that fool you because only a few of them actually show up. For me, there are only 4 of them that I would recommend for the tint. These are my personal 4 picks. Blackberry Shine. This is the one I'm wearing right now on my lips as well. It's the most visible one. If you decide to buy one of these, go for Blackberry Shine. The next shade I recommend is Pomegranate Shine, which is slightly lighter, but it's still fairly visible. I would sort of recommend Cherry Shine, I guess. I love the fragrance of this one. It's light, but it's still a visible tint at least. Finally, I think Watermelon Shine is also not so bad. I don't like the fragrance of this one, but it gives this nice pop of pink color. So if you're looking for a mildly hydrating tinted lip balm for regular everyday use, then the 4 shades that I do recommend are worthy picks. But if you're looking for a lip balm that will be super hydrating for dry lips, do not look at these. And if you're also looking for a lip balm that will give you a bright, intense tint, that will actually last, that will maybe stain your lips and be more visible, then definitely do not get these. If you have any questions at all that you think I didn't address in this video, feel free to leave me a comment down below and I will be happy to get back to you. Also feel free to recommend product ranges that I should review as part of this series, because it's very satisfying to actually get all of the shades and variants and compare them. And if you've seen my previous videos in this series, like the one where I reviewed these Etude water tints, you'll know that even if it's the same range, the shades are often really inconsistent. Some shades are going to be great and some shades are kind of going to suck. That's it for today, and I will see you guys next time.